Alright, so I would really want to like highlight one point out of this. Like, if you go on CNBC, like, and go to a section where all the videos are basically buried right now, like, you can see that Andrew Yang is by far the most popular candidate that people are quite curious about. You look at the video views, and Andrew Yang has at least 10 times or even 20 times more views than every other video on other candidates. And the question is why? Like, um, is there other candidates not as interesting? Because, well, they seem to be polling higher. So if seem to be polling higher, shouldn't they have more views? More people are interested in them. But we're actually looking at this and going, oh, actually, Andrew Yang has by far the most views. Like, that something doesn't make sense. Either his popularity isn't like either the polls are wrong, and they have been wrong before, or he's just really insanely popular on the internet, and people are actually curious to like what he has to say, and that could be a true factor as well. So I don't know why the views are extremely high. So I really wanted to like highlight this fact. And I think everyone that's on the internet, especially YouTube right now, they're probably quite, into technology. They love what technology has done for everyone. So, but then Andrew Yang highlights a really good point that sooner or later, basically all our jobs are going to be taken by robots. Like, well, at least most of them, and so many people are going to be affected. Like, the current jobs are going to be decimated, but of course there's going to be new jobs made. But it's a question of like, how do we reduce the impact of it? And Andrew Yang has he has the best solution, which is universal basic income. So I think people are quite interested because a lot of people thought, hey, this is a concept of just giving people money, like you're giving people money to not work. But it's different. Like, you're giving people money, but it's not enough to basically not do anything. Like, it's enough to make you not so desperate that you have to go and commit crimes, or you have to, give up part of what you have. You can't chase your dreams. You've got to make large sacrifices. It's a really good situation where it encourages people to chase their dreams and even do a bit of like, like open businesses, or like, it's like literally when government tries to do something for you, like, it's what politicians think that you need, but who knows better about what you need than you? So that's the whole idea of universal basic income, like, that you may not have your present job anymore, but it opens this avenue that in the future, you're going to be able to choose what you want to do, and being able to choose what to do, you're going to be more creative, and you're going to be able to do jobs that robots don't do. Robots, like, there's a lot of jobs that robots won't do. um like, there's a lot of situations where we still want people serving us certain things or doing things for us. We don't, we a lot of the value of robots currently, they are in kind of like kind of more manufacturing type roles. So that's where it really takes on, and especially the trucking role, which Andrew Yang loves to highlight. Um, so that's more or less, like, he's sending an important message that a lot of us should actually start listening to, and seeing that view count. Maybe people aren't necessarily thinking, oh, we need to support Andrew Yang. Like, I think what everyone should, because what he's trying to tell you is true, and no other candidate is actually looking at this. Like, if you think about every single problem that comes by, like, it is a lot of them can actually be solved by having a good economy. Like, you have a good economy, like, people have more money, people have a higher standard of living, and then essentially it starts, if people's lives improve, a lot of problems actually go away. So it's kind of like this effect that people don't actually think about until they really start digging down into those details and then going, oh, actually, it makes a lot of sense. Why is such a simple thing like universal basic income basically is something that we think it's literally just so simple, it's giving money away that people are going to abuse it. But, like, you have to, like, balance it and say, like, actually, most people who get it are actually going to put it to really good use, and they're going to be able to make decisions for themselves. Like, a lot of us don't actually have the biggest control of our lives sometimes, and this essentially gives you that control that a lot of people have been craving for. So it's a question of, like, does Andrew Yang have, 20 times, at least anyway, 20 times more support? Or is he talking about a message that even people who aren't interested in voting, they want to hear what he has to say? And I think it's more that. But, in a way, I think he's doing a great job so far, like putting this message out. And it's something that people have to learn about slowly. No one really learns about this concept overnight. So he's got definitely a bit more time to really get that message out, and then hopefully people start to understand how important it is. It's everyone's duty to kind of help everyone, So, I think even if he isn't elected president, he's highlighted one of the most important issues that, will make a final impact to all of us. So even though, like, if he doesn't get elected to president status of the US, I'd say the internet probably would elect him, president of the internet. He's done a great job of highlighting these factors that are gonna, like, affect everyone, like, not even just in the US, this is worldwide. And if he's able to highlight this to all leaders around the world, they might start doing the same thing. They might start doing UBI, and I'd start strongly encourage it, because we're all going to be affected in the future. And when you think about it, like, a lot of situations are like little small townships are kind of dying because there's just no jobs there anymore. So UBI also helps, put money back into those small economies that need it, and then that essentially, funds the growth to, help them out again. So yeah, I do. So I think that was more or less basically my point, that I wanted to highlight that basically Andrew Yang is giving a message that's actually quite important. Even if you aren't political, you should still look into it and try to understand why is UBI so important. So, if you haven't seen one of his videos, I highly applaud you to go and watch a video. And then, you even if it's not political, it's not political, you'll learn something of it.